trouble that I have, all this trouble that are affecting me, all this trouble that are disturbing my life, all God could tell me is my grace is sufficient for you. Nothing else. Does that not baffle you? Nothing else. Oh God, what about this calamity? What about this problem? What about the messenger of Satan? What about this thorn in my flesh? God keeps on saying, my grace is sufficient. My grace is sufficient. I can't hear you. My grace is sufficient. That will be stopping. But God was telling Paul, all you need to do is rest in the grace I have given to you. That is all you need to do. So remove your eyes away from the messenger of Satan that is buffeting you. Remove your mind away from the distractions of the thorns in your flesh. Remove yourself away. Don't distract yourself from whatever is going on around you. Focus on the grace I've released into your life. When you see men with the story of glory, when you see women with the glory story around them, there is always a catalog, a big file of hurdles, of problems, of difficulties, of trials, of challenges, of perils, of death that they have passed through to get to that seat of glory. Yet we can hardly bear. In our prayer it is complain. In our walk with God we complain. Whereas we are supposed to understand that before the fruit can come, before the pregnant woman can give birth successfully, that pregnant woman has to go through a lot of pain. So pains will come before gains. I want you to understand that. Pains will come before what? Before gains. Sacrifices must come before your mouth will be filled with laughter. Tough time must come. Hard times must come. When you hear Paul's testimony, then you not hear Joseph's experience. Then you not hear Abraham's experience. You not hear about Jacob. You not hear about all of them, even Peter, Paul, all of them in the Old Testament. You wonder, why did God choose to do things like this? Yet in your vision, you will see the carpet grass, red or green, looking wonderful, very fertile. And you see the other side. You say, oh, thank you. I have a good destiny. Fine. Nobody doubts it. Nobody questions it. Nobody's against it. But what are the steps? What are the steps to that glory? What are the steps to that place of victory? That is where you don't find people giving up. They can hardly pass through the test of time. And I'm speaking to you this morning that throne of glory, there's a passage before you can get to it. And you must be able to help yourself by understanding it and stay put and just depending on the grace of God. So just imagine somebody going through pains, going through hard times, difficulties, and praying, oh God, take this thing away from me, take this thing away from me. And God said, no, I am not taking it away. Imagine that kind of situation. And God is saying, no, I am not taking it away. My grace sufficient for you. Only by grace. And why did God allow things like that to checkmate me and you? To put some check and balances around our lives. So that we don't become arrogant. So that we don't take his place. So that we don't take his honor. For this thing, verse 8, for this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. And here was God's response to him. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee. For my strength is made perfect in weakness. Imagine. But God, why did you not address the issue? Because he knows. Leave it there. And Paul cried and cried and cried. He said, leave it there. Leave it there. I have a reason why I allow you. It's to place your check and balances. So that you don't become proud. So that you don't become arrogant. So that you don't think that it is by the ability that you possess that I'm able to use you. And every man and woman who must be an instrument, a tool in the hand of God, must go through the same system. System of chastisement. System of discipline. System of check and balances. You must go through it. Every one of us. Somebody asked me one time. He said, you can pray for people. You have, they use the word. He said, there's a gift of wisdom in you. And you have this power gift. That when you talk, the thing manifests. When you pray, it happens. But this God that is doing all of this, why has he not taken you far? Why has he not taken you far? Why did he not cause you to minister to great crowds of people? Why is the ministry still crawling this way? So the question put to across you. And my simple response is, Jesus said, my time has not. Are you with me this morning? Jesus said, my time has not what? My time has not come. And before the time will come, there are things, there are classes, there are exams, there are tests I must pass. There are hurdles I must jump. Take it from me. God will not exalt a novice. God will not raise a novice to sit on a sensitive position. God will not exalt a novice, exalt a fool. To be over his matter, to be over his affair, to be over his inheritance. God wouldn't do that. God is not a fool. God trains his children before their placements. God trains his children before opening the door for them. God trains his children in different ways. Even the children that were born in the wilderness, God had to come down to let them know, not until I make you to pass through some war, some battles. There is no way you can be strong in your own life. So God had to allow some of the kings to remain. They were not destroyed by Moses. They were not destroyed by Joshua. God had to allow them to remain. I think 7 nations. God allowed them to remain so that they can be the meteor by which God will not try those children that were born in the wilderness. Because God wants them to handle the sword of war. So they don't become arrogant. Otherwise, God would have just divided the inheritance. This is your land, this is your position. You take this one, sons of Ephraim, these are your own, sons of this. God said, no, I wouldn't do that. You must go through the battles. You must go through the battles of war. That was what God did. That was what God did. So they have to go through the battle. But God would have just killed all those kings and those nations. Just eliminated them from the land. But God didn't do that. He allowed some to remain. So you will be in the ministry and there's a particular family or a particular individual that is there, acting like a brother, acting like a sister. Yes, is being used by the devil to pull you, to bring out the best in you.